Hello, Shabbat Shalom. It is Saturday, July, I guess it's the 25th. And I'm just going to share a few of my thoughts on things. It's nothing new. It's really nothing new from what I have shared before. Um, oh, before I start, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to fix this. Look here. I'm going to fix this. Going to, there we go. She's now masked. Okay. Anyway, um, this week we're kind of two divine appointments, kind of unexpected, really, divine appointments. One of them was my flight attendant buddy. I hadn't seen her in a year and a half, and actually, we probably spoke twice. That's it. You know, she doesn't do social media and all that. Well, I guess what night was it? Let's see. She came on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and what, Thursday? Thursday? Maybe it was Monday. I don't remember. It was Sunday or Monday. And I'm looking at something on YouTube, something prophetic, something informational that way. And I think of her and I think, gosh, I wonder what she's thinking about things. And so I call her. And like I said, I've probably talked to her twice, for a year and a half. And she goes, I was going to call you. I was thinking about coming to Tulsa because, as a flight attendant, she can do that. And she wanted to attend a few meetings at Rhema. That's her alma mater there here in Tulsa. But it ended up being, when you haven't talked to someone in a long time and you haven't seen them in a year and a half and you call them and they say, well, I was just going to call you, but I thought it might be too late. I might fly in tomorrow. And then we have another divine appointment with a person. And that, to me, that divine appointment was just reiterating and confirming things that are going on right now. When we hook up with the parts of the body that are watching and like-minded, that are seeing these things occurring, it's kind of neat and kind of powerful because you're not alone. Most of my contacts I really don't have like a lot of everyday talk contacts, but the things I do watch or comments I make or whatever, that is where my main communication is. Not a lot around here in Tulsa. But in those contacts we have are very important. And I feel that, in fact, we were saying this when the three of us are in this lady's living room and we are speaking about these things. And I said, I really feel like what's happening is I got something on my lip that's itching. I feel that he's starting to link people. I mean, maybe some he's already linked up. He's starting to link people, and it's kind of a little dashed, unclear, kind of invisible line that's happening, but it's just little things for maybe future connections. And, it's about him forming, our little tribes. The people that we will be in community with, the people that we will depend on and they will depend on us. Who knows how this is going to go. But that's what my hope and desire is. And that's what I do feel is the wave of the future, is that sort of thing. So that happened. And then, sometimes when you have a divine appointment happen or something, you're really excited about it, then there's kind of a down, And yesterday, I just felt really, I don't know that you would say depressed. I don't think you would say hopeless. I think it was just kind of blah and empty and kind of uh, not creative and just kind of like disturbed or I don't know. Empty, sad, confused. I don't know. Kind of like in this interim of, okay, you know, and maybe I could just feel nothing. Don't know. You know, maybe I was feeling lonely, you know, and for what, you know. So anyway, that was my yesterday, and I didn't go out. Um, my mom was kind of upset about because I need to pick her up a few things, and so she wasn't real happy about that. But I said, Mom, you know, sometimes we have to be able to say, I don't have it. I'm deplete right now. I can't. I don't have it. I don't know why, but I can't do it right now. I can't do it today, right? We need to know when to say no to our flesh and do something when we don't want to do it. But we also need to know how to say no to another person's flesh when it isn't what we're feeling, right? So that's where the importance of not getting drained, having boundaries, being led by the Spirit and not being led by just people or your own flesh. So I'm doing a video now, and I think I'll call it Wild Wild West. And we need some wild wisdom. Our human, everyday, common sense, common wisdom, carnal understanding is not going to get us through this. Those things can be okay, don't let that go, but we have to have a higher wisdom. And we must have discernment because there's so much deception. There's so much deception out there. And that's causing a division. It's causing a major division. But you know, Jesus did talk about that where he is, it will be a dividing factor. And right now, it's even within his body, within believers. The awake versus the asleep, those discerning versus those deceived, those aware versus those unaware, those living in the past of church and life, and those that realize we can't go back there. So, and some will say, yeah, I know we're in the last days, the end times, but they're really not seeing it. Stand by. I need to let Trixie in. Okay, here we go. So, you know, last night I had a dream. Actually, I had two dreams, and they were both just very disturbing. It's not that they were prophetic dreams, they were just both disturbing and maybe more of a reflection of me. One had to do with these bears, and it was really scary. And these bears were trying to get away and get out, but you know, we keep leaving our keys or leaving doors open, and these bears are getting in, and it was really scary. You know, like you just, those dreams where you just can't get away, where it makes no sense because you go out this door and you got your keys, and then you realize, oh, I forgot this. And it's like no matter where you go, nothing is working out. So that was the bears. And then, you know, I went to bed way too late. So, of course, slept in way too late. But the last dream I had before waking is like I'm back. I'm back in the Navy, you know, no rank. I'm in Hawaii. I'm in a personnel support detachment in Hawaii, which that's PSD, that's where you handle enlisted service records. And there's familiar faces, and some have increased in rank. You know, it's been many years, and of course I just went back in. I didn't bring anything with me. I didn't even bring suitcases. I don't have any clothes to wear besides the uniform I have on. And this is a pretty large office with a lot of people and a lot of just strange things. But I'm doing a page 2. Now, in military service records, that's what it used to be called, enlisted or officer, page 2 was your list of dependents. That's where the service members' dependents were listed and that sort of thing. And I was typing out a new updated page 2 for 2 women. And one in the dream I sort of know, and then there's the other one. And as usual, all the papers just keep getting really confused. And this is OCR documents. Well, OCR was optical recognition documents, and everything had to be exactly horizontal when you type those old things. Now, of course, we don't have those anymore. You know, the military wouldn't even be recognizable now. They don't even have personnelmen anymore. They don't even have dispersing clerks that handle pay. It's all under yeoman now. You know, you got computers. I mean, what an easy job. Travel claims and everything all figured out on that. So someone comes in, checking in, and I said, "Are you checking in?" They said, "Yeah." And so I said, "Someone needs a travel claim here." So that was a customer. I asked, "Is this office busy?" I mean, there were so many people. And they say, "Well, not really, except for in the summers when the squadrons come in." I'm feeling just, in the dream, I'm just feeling so discombobulated, so disorganized. I didn't even bring anything with me. I didn't bring medication with me. I brought nothing with me. And I'm asking them, you know, well, where do I go to check in? Like to stay, you know, for a housing, you know, for a room on base. And this one chief, or I don't know what he was, E6 or E78, I don't know, but he's like, you know, like they're not very nice. Those places aren't very nice, right? And so people are renting apartments on base, but they're like $800. So I think people are kind of teaming up and living together. So I'm like, well, I need to get a room, you know, a dorm or barracks or whatever. I need to get a room. I did not bring any clothes with me. I didn't bring anything with me. And I'm like, well, do they have thrift stores or something? And they said, yeah, on Thursdays they come in, and it seemed like they said they're here for 18 hours or something. And I did see that little thrift store there. And I'm looking up at the prices, $1, $2, right? But I don't have any money. I've got to go get checked in and get some pay. And then a few people are out. You're not allowed to have a car, but they have, you can ride with another person who has a car, or they've got kind of buses. And it's called 169, which is a highway in Tulsa, but this road is called 169, and it goes down to these apartments that service personnel rent. But the barracks are the other way. So I'm like, I don't have anything, you know, and I'm really tired and I'm not thinking well. I'm discombobulated. Someone comes up and checks something on me, and I don't remember what it was. They had this thing, and I don't know if they put it on my head and my chest. I don't remember what that was. One person that I knew back at Moffett Field now she looked very different, was like a chief, was a PN chief. She was getting ready to retire in the dream. So there were these familiar faces, and even Tracy LeBaron, who's never been in the military, she was going to arrive on Friday. So, Tracy, you probably aren't watching this, but anyway, it was just like I'm trying to type out these 2-page 2s, and I just can't get focused. I can't get the papers together, which is common in my dream, and I think it is representative of just feeling anxious and confused and, you know, just feeling like maybe like I won't have my ducks in a row. I won't, be ready or something. Well, you talk about not being ready. Like I said, I had nothing with me. So I didn't have any housing yet. I didn't even know where to go. I didn't have any money to get any clothes at the thrift store. I had one uniform on me, that sort of thing. So, man, that just wore me out, that dream. And what else did I ask? There was just different strange components to the dream, and there was also civilian-looking people, and I asked someone, "Do you go to the beach sometimes?" I mean, this is Hawaii, So I don't know if I knew the name of the base. It wasn't a real base, obviously. Somewhere where squadrons would come. But I don't know. But man, it was just like, talk about just not being together. So things that are happening are very surreal, and many are not seeing it. There's such a veil of deception. I better stop. It's going to get to be too much. And then there's the what's next. There are people relocating. And in fact, one of the people I know, they are relocating to another town in Oklahoma, and they're going to start a B&B. But this person is very aware of what is going on and realizes that could end up being a safe haven. And I just think that's very interesting. So it's so wonderful when people are aware and realize why people may be relocating them, why God may be relocating them. One person lived up in Seattle, and they kept their house up there, but they bought a house down here where they're from. See, some people may be relocating and not even know why, and God may be bringing them into safety. My flight attendant friend lived in New York for years, and is now in Ohio, but she doesn't know where she's going to be. So, being obedient, relocating. He has not released me yet, but I kind of am like, it would just be hard to think of relocating anywhere in this country. I just can't imagine east or west, and those are high alert red zones anyway. I don't see him taking me up north, and I don't see him taking me south. So I don't know, but I know rural areas probably are the future in times ahead. But we can't get ahead, because if you get ahead, you're going to move on your own free will, and you become a target when you get out of the will of God. So the safest place to be is in the will of God. Let me stop this video here, and then I will do another.